So I have found that my level of distraction has absolutely allowed me to fail in making some changes and has frozen me in place. I've worked my way out of it, but I have not figured out how to solve what I have found to be a lifelong habit. See, I'm when I say I'm easily distracted, it's probably a bit of an understatement. Some people would say, well, ADHD and all this stuff. In my opinion, that I believe that's a label that doesn't exist. I'm sure that there are folks that have clinically have a situation where focus is a problem, and there are therapies and some pharmaceutical medications that can help. But I also believe that being distracted and struggling with focus at times, and I'm not saying that I fall in this category that I'm overly intelligent, but at times it's a sign of intelligence. It's a sign of boredom. And what what I've had to do, there's been three things that I've had to sort of work towards. Number one, I've had to actually, on things that I'm trying to get done, I've had to reframe what I need to get done in a way that helps me to focus. If there's a report that I need to get out, if there's a project that I'm working on, if there's videos that I need to make, right, that I want to make, that I want to put up on the channel to you know put out into the world and hopefully affect somebody's life. I've had to reframe my idea of how important it is, and to not be distracted enough to sort of stop me from doing those tasks. And honestly, probably over the last year, I've been more and more honest about what is distracting me and how I'm being distracted. From doom scrolling on the internet to researching something that I probably don't need to be researching, that doesn't move me forward in any regard, to catching a 6 season series on Netflix or Amazon Prime, where it's hours and hours of being distracted and causing myself not to accomplish the things that I need to accomplish. I'm becoming aware of that. I'm very aware of that. And I'm trying to be much more deliberate in not allowing those distractions to remain the same as they were. I'm reframing those, and I'm reframing, the time watching television. I'm cutting trying I'm working on cutting back from that. It's a lifelong habit. I grew up in the days of the VCR and getting movies and bringing them home. It's something that I've always done. I've watched a lot of television. I've watched a lot of things on a screen, and that habit or that enjoyment may never go away. I just have to reframe it to make it so it's more palatable. The second thing I did is I started using a planner, like really using a planner. I used to buy them, thought they were cool to have, and really just never stuck with using them. They would just be binders of paper that never got used in any regard. And I found one that I really liked. It was somebody in the community sort of said that they were using this. I looked it up. I liked the format of it, so I just started using it. And if I use it, if I really and truly fill out, the blocks that are available on it, and put them in there and write down what I'm trying to do, I won't get distracted with those. I will typically get them done. And so if I I fall in and out of the habit, I work really hard to stick with that habit, with the habit of doing it. But once again, I'm aware of that, so I'm finding that tool of using a planner. The one I'm using is, I think it's called the Clever Fox. It's available on Amazon. Uh, it's I've just found it useful, and it really has helped me move along. I don't find electronic planning helpful. Using a calendar contact is good when you need to see it on a calendar, when your appointment, or sorry, a calendar appointment, when it's there, you can see it. But an electronic to-do list or a task list, I work in front of a screen all day. And so me having that at my fingertips is, I've just learned how to put that on ignore, and it doesn't help me. So writing it down seems to help. Good old fashioned pen to paper, that seems to help. So that has helped me really try to keep from being distracted and not do the things that I need to do. Still working on it. Not perfect yet in any regard, but it's it's one of those things that if you're conscious of it, and you're aware that what is a distraction for you. Everybody has them. Nobody can say that they don't get distracted by something. And so if once again, if you're honest with yourself and you sort of ask questions with curiosity, and you sort of pay attention to what your distractions are, then obviously you can start to mitigate those and reframe them to then make maybe the distractions a little more, it's got a little more beneficial outcome. And sort of the third thing that I've been introduced to and that has helped me, I will preface this by saying that I'm not as good at it as I could be. But finding yourself what we call an accountability partner. That could be a one-on-one accountability where you've looked at somebody and say, hey, I want to accomplish this. I want to be doing this. I need you to push me and hold me accountable for it. Not push me as like, hey, go do this. It's more like a friendly reach out. Hey, where are you at right now? Where are you at on that? Or sometimes it's a daily text. Hey, did you get up and work out? Did you have how much television did you watch today? It could be those things where you have said, I want to be held accountable. I need somebody that's going to push me, to hold me accountable, to make me be honest with me and honest with you, honest with that person. It could be a group. It could be 4 or 5 people that you say, hey, I really need some help with this. And they could be business associates. They could be people in your personal life. They could be like members of the community I'm in, where we are expecting accountability. We ask for accountability. I was just at an event last week where accountability was the main subject, the main topic. So having somebody to hold you accountable to help stem those distractions. And maybe that's what you need to be held accountable for. Maybe that's what I need to be held accountable for, is like, am I being distracted by the things that are not moving me forward? It's always good to take time away. It's always good to sort of take some downtime, some what we call me time, right? If me time is a 2-hour movie, on Netflix or Prime or whatever streaming service you have, then great. Pay attention to that, know that, and enjoy that. But if it's an 8-hour, 10-hour, 12-hour marathon on a Saturday, what could you have done without being distracted by those things? What could you have gotten accomplished? Maybe you turn into a reward system. Like, if I get these accomplished, I then get to go watch this movie, or I get to go start this series, or I get the next episode in this series. But our world's full of distractions. I'm holding one of them, right? My phone. It's a major distraction for a lot of people. A lot of people. Obviously, the television's huge distraction for people. Food, you know, texting, exercise, work. And yes, I think work. If you're in a career in what we call a W-2, they can be very distracting. They can deviate you from where you're wanting to go, and sometimes people find that career or that job is so distracting that they have to let it go, and they have to figure out a way to pursue what they're trying to go after. And if you continue to allow distractions to take you away from the time that you can be spending doing something more productive, more creative for yourself, then those distractions, like some of the ones I have, become lifelong distractions. And it can be very difficult to work past those But if you if you hit some of the marks that you know I could help with, and find the importance of moving forward and putting those distractions to the side, you may find your movement surprising in many ways. So, you know, start asking those questions to yourself about what distracts you. What are you being distracted from? Is it a distraction that you're distracting yourself from it because it's an uncomfortable task, or it seems an impossible, insurmountable task? So it's easier to just distract you, sort of ostrich head in the sand kind of thing, right? But if you then sort of reframe what you're trying to do and recognize why you're distracting yourself, you can work to stop that and put the energy and effort into finding what's next for you. So, love to know your thoughts, comments below. Once again, subscribe to the channel if you're interested. It really does help. And until we talk again, live life like you mean it.